Hi everyone, this is Ms. Zahra and we are reviewing for the end of term 2 science exam. So we spoke already about the structure of the exam. Today we will be looking at 3 multiple choice questions that may be asked about sound and light energy from lesson 2. Okay, so in this from this section from lesson 2, they will ask you one question about the picture on page 30 and two questions from page 32 about light energy. Okay, it's multiple choice only. So let's discuss what we know about sound. Okay, so sound travels in all directions. Okay, so sound starts over here. Over here we can see that the sound is, this is where it starts, the vibration that starts the sound. And we can see that it travels outward in all directions from the source. Okay, so that's the first point we need to know. The second point is that as it is traveling, we can see that there are some points where the particles are very close and other points where the particles are far from each other and they alternate. That means they in between each other, right? So the parts where they are pushing together, we say they are pressing each other. We call it a compression because it is pressing together, right? They're pushing each other with the p. The other one, they are far from each other. So we call it a rarefaction. Kind of looks like the word far, okay? So they are far from each other over here, and they are pressing, they are pushing each other over here. So compression are when they are close, rarefaction when they are far. So these are some possible questions you may get where they name this. You can name it any letter in the alphabet, but you have to know what they stand for. So remember we said when they are far from each other, it looks like the word rarefaction. Remember the word far will be in the middle. You have to look for, and it's missing the R, right? So far will be in the middle of the word, and it starts with a R. The other one, when they are close together, k, close, or p, pressing, is this section Y, or any letter they can call it, right? So here, where they are close to each other, we say compression. Okay, so please look carefully at your options in the exam and choose wisely. Okay, you may also get the picture instead of it being about this picture. It could be also about this image here. And if it is, maybe they might ask you, how do sound waves travel? They travel outward in all directions from the source. What kind of wave it is, maybe, so longitudinal wave. Okay, so these are just some examples of questions you may get. Now let's talk about light. So light energy, light comes to us from the sun and it travels through space to Earth. The Earth's main source of light energy is the sun. That means the main place we get our energy from is the sun. Without the sun, we would not have food to eat. So we know that light can transfer energy. That means it can move energy and it can also change energy, right? So, how did it move the energy through space? We know it moved the energy through space because when we stand in the sun, our face becomes warm. So that means the light energy from the sun has come to us from space and it has transferred light and heat to make us warm. Plants have used this energy from the sun and they have taken the energy from the sun and they use it to make food. And we have taken the food. Remember, we learned in the first lesson that food is chemical energy, and that's how we get our energy. So the first place the energy came from was the sun, and the food, the plant took it and made it into food, chemical energy. And right now, we have our energy in our body because of the food that we ate. So scientists said we can do the same thing that plants do. We can take energy from the sun and use it to make electrical energy. So they do it using this device called a solar cell. Sometimes you may see the word photovoltaic. It's a very fancy word, but remember, photo means light in another language. So, a solar cell takes the energy from the sun and it changes it into electrical energy. Okay, so this device that changes light energy to electrical energy is called the solar cell. We put many of them together to make a solar panel. Now let's talk about how the light travels through space. So you can see here that light actually has two natures. It is both particles, small little pieces of things, and it is a wave. And it travels through space as particles. So because light has both of these natures, it can travel through space. Sound needs particles to travel through, so sound cannot move. But light is a particle, and that is why light can travel through space. So light is very quick when it moves through space. It's the fastest over there, and it has different speeds through different mediums. So light is quickest through space, and it gets slower when it moves through things like water, which is a liquid, and it gets even slower when it moves through things that are solids, like glass or diamond. So it's fastest through space, and then gas, then it slows down as it moves through liquids and solids. Okay, that's the main points we needed to know for light. Sorry about that. So please practice and good luck.